I personally think leather jackets are one of the most iconic pieces you can own, and apparently Vogue agrees with me. According to Vogue's list of the best leather jackets for 2025, they're not going anywhere anytime soon. From oversized cuts to buttery soft suede to reimagined trenches and classic biker styles, the options are endless this season. But here's the thing, before you go running out to buy something new, I want to show you how these trends might already be sitting in your closet or waiting for you at the thrift store. In this video, we're diving into the leather jacket trends in Vogue, and I'll show you my own collection, how it stacks up, and what Vogue really thinks about my closet.
Subscribe your channel.
We could be everything, anything that we say we could be. We could be everything that we want.
When it was time for me to do my closet switch over, I saw this article and I just felt this need to tackle this subject as a whole. So we're gonna start this outerwear series and we're gonna talk through all of these trends as I unpack and shift over my closet for the fall winter season. The article that I'm going to be referencing, I will have linked down below, but these are the best leather jackets according to Vogue. First and foremost, as somebody who is an avid thrifter, as you guys know, I thrift nearly every single leather piece that I have. I really only have a few on this rack that I've bought retail, and I will potentially show you guys those according to the trends. However, one thing I will say is before you go and you start shopping for the fall winter season, because you're seeing all of these articles and these Instagram posts and these TikToks and these YouTube videos on what's trending and how you need this now, check your closet because you probably have a lot of these things already. I won't say that I completely agree with Vogue's list just yet, but one thing I do agree with is what they said in their article, and that's trends come and go, but the best leather jackets are in style forever. Almost all of my leather jackets on this rack are vintage and they are still very much relevant. Some of them are even better now than they were when they first came out. Well, I don't know if I would say that, but I will say I say even better now because a lot of what I have on this rack you can't find now. So to me, it's better now because it's not as common. So one of the first jackets that they have listed is what they list as a more minimalist style of jacket. And I would describe this jacket as not quite a blazer because a lot of them have very minimal collars. They don't necessarily have the same collar as a blazer, but they are very simple, very streamlined, and most of these have two very simple pockets on the front or very clean lines in the front. There's not a lot of pleating, there's not a lot of fuss. And I will say that this style of jacket, while I do have some on this rack that I'm gonna show you, it's not actually my favorite style of jacket to wear, and I think that's because I'm more extra. So if you're trying to search for the perfect leather jacket for your closet this season, I would say go for a jacket like this if you find that your style is very clean, very simple. If you like the classics, but you have a very minimal style, you don't like a lot of fuss going on with your wardrobe, but you do like high quality pieces and cuts that look very luxury, I would go with this style. This is not the style you're gonna go for if you're very extra like me, unless you have pieces that you're going to layer underneath it to give it that extra or pizzazz that you're looking for. So let's go over some of the ones that I have in my collection that very closely mirror this style. I want to say a lot of these jackets on this list, they have a Totem jacket that's $2,600. They have a Kate jacket that's $3,900. This Banana Republic jacket for $500 is the cheapest one on the list. And then they have this Noir Amour, I think that's how you pronounce it, leather jacket for $1,340. This gives you some context as to how expensive leather can get. This also gives you my number one reason for thrifting almost all of my leather jackets, and that is I can find the best quality leather jackets for a fraction of the cost, and there isn't really many jackets on this rack that I paid over $100 for, just to give you some context. So although the ones they have on here are for the most part all black, the one that I want to show you that most closely mirrors this style is actually going to be chocolate brown. It's this one right here. It's a dark chocolate brown. This one is by the brand Willy Wear. I did get this in a size large, and I'm going to try this on for you because I want you to see the style of it. Now, what I will say also is that I have worn a plain white tank and jeans because it goes with everything on this rack. So when I'm trying to show you guys how some of these pieces look, you can get a better idea of if the style might be for you. I'm going to put you guys up just a little bit so you can see, but this is the chocolate brown cut. We have the standard 2 pockets in the front. The one thing that's a little bit different about this one is this pocket up here, but overall it's still very much the same simple silhouette. The back of it is very simple, and this is a very lush, high quality lamb's leather. It's very soft to the touch, and it gives me a combination between a short cut blazer, this very minimalistic style jacket that they are calling it, but also it kind of has the vibe in the back with these 2 pieces right here. It gives a little bit moto style, so it's combining all of those elements in a very classic simple silhouette. This one is one that has buttons versus a zipper. A lot of my jackets have zippers, and so I do appreciate when a jacket has buttons because it does add a little something. And this is what it looks like buttoned up. You could technically wear this as a top or a jacket, which I do think is something that's really cool when you get jackets that have buttons. These in particular are silver, but I do love how statement they are. That's pretty much the only jacket I have that matches this silhouette because, like I said again, this isn't my silhouette of choice per se. Now, I do have quite a few leather blazers, but we'll get into that when I get into the blazers portion of the outerwear trends. I also have plenty of leather trench coats. Again, we'll get into that when we get into the trench coats. Because I love leather so much, I have every category of outerwear in leather. But to make this video make the most sense, I had to exclude some of my jackets and some of my coats because they can cross categories, if you catch my drift. So the minimalist trend of leather jacket this season, or that's what they're calling it, I definitely think this is for you if you like a minimalistic style of jacket, but you still want something high quality. Next, we have the bomber. I really love a bomber leather jacket. I have quite a few on here that I'm going to show you in varying colors. But the ones that they have listed here, they have one from the Frankie shop that's $815. They have Homegirls, that's how I'm gonna pronounce it. I'm pretty sure it's some French way to say it. That one's $1,500. I have one almost identical to this. I actually have one almost identical to both of these. I also have one very similar to this Rohi leather bomber jacket, and then the Saint Laurent one, which is kind of funny because I feel like everybody is rushing to Zara to get some Saint Laurent leather dupe jacket. However, I think that if you're tempted to run to Zara to get that jacket, please hear me, okay? Hear me. I think you should go try to thrift it, because this style of jacket is so easy to get on the secondhand market, and you can get it in definitely several different colors. I have it in brown, I have it in a light tan, I have it in black. What other colors do I have it in? I think that's it, but I do have varying shades of this in brown, and I also have a few of them in black. And I just feel like the Saint Laurent one is $6,900, okay? That's astronomical, and I guarantee you this is no better quality than the ones that I have up here. So I'm gonna show you a few of my favorites. I have some that I'm gonna show you for the Frankie shop version of this, and then I'm gonna show you the one for the Saint Laurent version, because I just feel like, please don't go buy this retail. Go thrift it. Go thrift it. This is the first one that I want to show you for the Frankie shop dupe. Let me look at the picture again, because I have quite a few. Yeah, okay, so for the Frankie shop jacket, it has two pockets on the front just like this. And it also has this situation right here. So the Frankie Shop one is $815. I don't know if the Frankie Shop one is real leather, because sometimes the Frankie Shop does these leather jackets and they're faux, they're not actually real leather. But this right here is crazy, and I have the extra detail of the cargo pocket on the arm, which I think is better than the Frankie Shop one. And I love the fit of this one. This is a men's leather jacket. I got this at this vintage shop in the Orange County area. You can see it has extra detail. It has a nice strong shoulder, and while this is a very thick, high quality leather, it is lined. This also has a really great structure to it that makes it look expensive. So this one, I want to say I paid about $80 for it, and I think it was like the best $80 spent. There's another one I'm so excited to show you guys because it's a very similar shape, but it goes with another category that we're going to get into a little bit later. I'm going to show you these two, both chocolate brown. I know what you're thinking. Why does she have two jackets that look almost identical? Well, I'll tell you why. This one is actually really thin. I thrifted this one. This is by the designer Bally, and it is a nice thin bomber jacket. This is a perfect transitional fall leather piece because of how thin and lightweight it is, but it does have that nice oversized fit. I love this one. It looks so good when you have it buttoned, not buttoned, zipped. And the zipper has this little B for Bally, but just zipped up. Super cute. A great example of a nice chocolate brown bomber jacket that's for transitional weather. It doesn't have as much volume to it. It's not as voluminous because, again, it's thinner. This is meant for transitioning. However, this one right here is the Mac Daddy, and I love this one because unlike the first one, this one actually has a hood on it, which is amazing because I just feel like I don't really see a lot of leather bomber jackets that have hoods like that, not real leather at least. It has a really nice thick sweater like material here, has the pockets, and this one is just amazing. The hardware on this one is a type of brass, and it's by the brand English Laundry. I think this is so cute, and you can actually unzip the hood so it lays flat across your back. And if you decide to zip it up, which I'm going to do, and by the way, I just want to show you little details, which is what I love about vintage jackets. Look at this little cargo pocket on the inside that's made of leather. It's so nice. But you can zip it up, and this one has that collar that everybody is talking about this season. It's such a nice bomber leather jacket. I don't need to pay 60, how much was it? Like $6,700? No, $6,900 for a leather jacket. I don't need to do it. I do want to also say that I'm going to be showing you guys some categories of my own that are not the best according to Vogue, but they're categories that I'm picking because I have these types of jackets in my collection, and I do think that they are worth noting, worth looking for, because they're a category you're not going to see a lot of people wearing. And if you want to stand out this season, or you want to have something just a little bit different and not so mainstream, this category is the one you're going to want to stick around for. So I want to talk about a jacket I have over here before we get to the next Vogue category, because recently I was going through one of my Vogue magazines and I saw that Louis Vuitton had this tweed bomber jacket, which I'll insert a picture of, and I looked at this jacket and I'm like, wait a minute, I have something like this that I got last year before we moved to Houston, but I got it in the dead of summer, so I didn't actually have a chance to wear it yet. But the second I saw it, I was like, oh, I have to get this. And it's this jacket right here. This is a beautiful tweed with real leather, but the leather has a print to it. And that same print is repeated in the cuff, around the sleeve, and around the back at the hemline of the jacket. These kind of vintage pieces very much mirror the category we're going to be talking about towards the end. But Saint Laurent is doing a lot of 80s inspired outerwear, and I do feel like Louis Vuitton with their version of the tweed is kind of hopping on that bandwagon. So for this particular jacket, one of my favorite things about it is the silhouette. In the 80s, they really had this emphasis on scooching up your jacket right here. This particular jacket around the wrist is very slim, so you can do something like that. Actually, let me scoot this up just a little bit more. Nice and snug. And one of the things that I love about this is the volume on the shoulders, just like the other Saint Laurent pieces. And you have that nice detail in the back that you're not finding in any fast fashion jacket, and honestly not even a lot of designer jackets are doing this right now. This jacket is made so well, and I think that something like this is a standout piece in the arena of like a bomber jacket. This is like an 80s version of a bomber jacket, and I think if you can find an 80s version of a bomber jacket in a silhouette similar to this, which I've seen quite a few, I would highly recommend, because the lines on it are just chef's kiss. As for fast fashion, I did buy this one when I got to Texas last year because it was freezing when we got here. We actually got a lot of snow last year, and I had all of my coats packed away and I wasn't unpacking anything because I was like, absolutely not. So I ran into Zara, the men's section, and I got this one. This is kind of like a patent leather situation. It's not real leather, but the quality of it is actually insane, and I did end up getting this on sale. The original price of this jacket, I want to say, was around $160 or $200. It was somewhere in there, I can't quite remember, but I did get it for like 20 bucks because it was 70% off when I bought it. And again, I bought it from the men's section of Zara, and I do think that if you can catch Zara on a good day, more specifically, if you could catch them when they're having a sale, Zara does jackets really well if you get the right one. They do some jackets really well. Some of them are cheap and I would not recommend, but sometimes they have that special piece that's just done so well. At this point in the video, I hope you are, first of all, considering subscribing to my channel if you love fashion content just like this, but also I hope that if you have been thinking about going to shop fast fashion for your upcoming fall winter needs, like for outerwear and things like that, I hope I'm convincing you to shop on the secondhand market. At the very least, I will have some links in the description box of similars if you for whatever reason can't make it out to the thrift, or it's just thrifting is not your thing, but you do enjoy the trends and you do enjoy the style. I will have some similars linked in the description box for you guys. Now the next one is my personal favorite because as you can see, the whole top row is black. I would say maybe halfway this way, all of those are biker jackets. Now why, Jillian, do you have like 30 biker jackets? They're all different.
It's a tough call. They're so different. Something funny?
Okay, they all look so different, but they really do. Like, they all have different fits and uses for me. So that's why. That's my excuse and I'm sticking to it. First and foremost, we have a classic cropped moto jacket. This was one of the first moto jackets I ever thrifted. It's by Wilson's Leather and it was 10 bucks. It was $10, okay? Real leather, $10. That's when thrifting was good. Now thrifting is getting a bit out of hand, not gonna lie, but you know, there's still deals to be found. So you just gotta look a little bit harder. This is a jacket that has gone through the storm and the rain with me, and it still looks amazing. And even when I got it, it was vintage. So that just goes to show Vogue was right about the comment. A really good leather jacket is forever. I will have this forever. Okay, forever. Now, I'm a little embarrassed to show you guys what's next. I have this one too. I know they look alike, but if you can see up close, this is more of a grained leather and this is more of a shinier leather. This one actually is a little bit thicker than this one. And this is by the brand Contempo Casuals, okay? I'm gonna show you. It fits ever so slightly different, but I wear them for two different things. One of them I wear when it's a little bit warmer outside, like it's not as like cool. And this is one of the ones that I wear when it's a little bit colder outside. And to you, it may not look different, but to me, like fit wise, it fits ever so slightly different. And do I need them both? No. No, I don't need them both. But when I was in the thrift store and I saw this one for 15 bucks, I was like, why not? If something happens to this one, I'll have a backup. Now, something did happen to that one. My cat kind of clawed the shoulder a little bit. And even though that happened, I still wear it all the time. I am going to get it repaired. But when that happened, I just so happened to come across this one right here, also by Contempo Casuals. But this is obviously not as vintage as this one. This one has a completely different label in it than this one. This one is a little bit more modest. Nonetheless, I came across this one and in my mind I thought I was buying a replacement for that one. This one is a little bit thinner than this one. I feel like in that case I would wear my Wilson's leather one. I did wear this one, you know, a bit when I couldn't find the Wilson's leather one, but the fact of the matter is, if you can see, like this one is actually a little bit shorter than this one, kind of. Like it had, I don't know, maybe it's not, maybe it's in my head. But because of that, I want to share the wealth a little bit. So Jillian has to make some decisions. This leather jacket will be on my Poshmark linked down in the description box. It's gonna go to a good home. It can be yours. It's linked in my description. Go to my Poshmark. I'm gonna be putting a few jackets and coats and things like that as we do this video. I'm hoping that I can put up a few for you guys that I need to just send off to a better home. So this is the first jacket that will be getting sent off to a better home. Hopefully by the time you get there it's not sold, but I only have one. Another one that will be up on my Poshmark is this blue distressed looking leather members only jacket. This one is Faux by the brand, again, members only. So this one I will put up. It's not going to be as much as the real leather one because it is faux, and you guys know I don't really wear a lot of faux leather. I am going to show you one other faux leather jacket that I have, but this one will be up there too for whoever wants it. This one is a size small and the black one is a size medium. And just so you guys can see, this is how this one fits. I really considered keeping it because I was like, oh, I could totally style this as a top because it is thin enough. But I just know me, I know myself, and I know I have other jackets I'm gonna reach for before this one. So it's really cute. It's blue with the gold hardware, and it's very hard to find moto style jackets with gold hardware. So yeah, this one will also be on my Poshmark. Speaking of leather jackets that are hard to find with gold hardware, this one is another real leather jacket by the brand Blank NYC. I did go ahead and buy this one retail because at the time I really needed a black leather jacket that had gold hardware, and to this day this is the only one that I have. If I ever come across one that has a little bit more of a cropped silhouette, then I will get it and probably pass this one on. But it's very, very nice. I do enjoy the gold hardware, and anytime I'm in a situation where I'm like, I need a black moto style leather jacket but I absolutely have to have gold hardware, that's when I pull this one out. I will see if I can find this on Amazon and link it because I did actually get this on Amazon. So if I can find it, I'll link it for you guys. I feel like Even if I can't find this exact one, I should be able to find one really similar for you guys. But I don't think I paid more than $200 for this jacket. I have a couple other moto jackets I want to show you guys in other colors, because even though the article was talking about black, I love getting colorful leather. Any type of colorful leather, I love it. This one was another vintage find, and this is also Wilson's, but the thing that really sold me on this one is it was a red leather moto style jacket, first of all, which is in and of itself pretty hard to find, actually very hard to find. But on top of that, this one had gold hardware on it. It's like a unicorn. And it's one of my favorite leather jackets because of the shape, the silhouette. It's just perfect. It's absolutely perfect. Now, I did come across once, and I didn't even come across. I was on the phone with my cousin who was driving up the coast of Malibu, and there was like this little row of some people selling like secondhand things, and one particular station had a bunch of leather jackets, and they had a yellow moto jacket, real leather. I wanted it so bad, and she was gonna try to figure out a way to get it for me, but it was like kind of like dirty, and I wasn't sure if it was something that I could really get clean, so I had her pass. But since I've been looking for a moto style yellow leather jacket like this, so there are some instances, a few, like I say I don't need another leather jacket, but there are a few caveats, and that is one of them. So had to show you guys that. We will get to some other leather jackets, because as you can see, I have quite a few different colorful leather jackets. But one of the other ones I want to show you, another hard to find color, is a white moto style leather jacket. If you are the type that you're like, okay, black is cool, but I need a little color in my life, you're gonna want to do something like a white, a purple, a green, a blue, you know, get a color, and you will find that you will wear the colors probably more than you would the black. Look at this. I love this. This was a Poshmark find, and I got such an insane deal on it. And there was another one that I saw at the time that had fringe on it, and I was so tempted, but I had already gotten a moto style leather jacket just like this in black, and it was suede and leather, and it had fringe on it, so I didn't want to get another fringe jacket, so I went with this one. I know I'm missing leather jackets from this rack, because the one jacket that I just mentioned to you, I can't find it, and I thought I unpacked all my leather jackets, so it must be another bag somewhere or box somewhere with leather jackets in it, and that one's in there. But this one is also one of my favorites, and I absolutely love it. I have one more moto style leather jacket I'm gonna show you, and it is this one by, again, Wilson's Leather. This one has fringe all the way around the back. Now, if you guys remember, a lot of you guys had asked me, how do you clean your leather? I can be very questionable in my approach to cleaning leather. This one had a spot on it, and I just threw it in the washing machine. I don't recommend that if you're not willing to risk it for the biscuit, but I was willing to risk it, so I threw it in the washer, and it came out fine. It came out fine. What I was trying to get out of it actually came out, because I don't even remember where it was. But I'm gonna tell you the really cool thing about this jacket. So first of all, this I've tried to find online. Again, I cannot find it anywhere. So I know that this is more of a rare Wilson's leather jacket. The color and the silhouette and design, fringe is really having a moment with the whole bohemian trend. So if fringe is your thing, girlfriend, definitely try to find yourself a fringe moto leather jacket. Now, here's a cool thing about this. A few weeks ago, I went thrifting and found this leather, or suede, it's still leather, suede mini skirt, and I looked at it and I'm like, you know, I really think that matches my moto style leather jacket perfectly. Baby, look at that. Exact match. It is an exact match. I don't even know if the camera's doing it justice, but it is an exact match. The skirt on camera looks like it's lighter, but in person it's really not. The only thing is the buttons here are silver and all of the hardware on the jacket is like brass. However, this little belt right here actually comes out. So I could definitely see myself adding my own like little black leather belt with gold hardware with this and styling this up together as a cute little fall set. This is so cute. This is so cute. I cannot wait to find somewhere to wear this out. And it just needs to get a little bit more cool for me to be able to do that. However, I am excited, I am ready, I am waiting. Both pieces bought secondhand, skirt thrifted, still had the tags on it. I do feel like this is one of those like really lucky accidents that I happen to be able to get myself a unintentional matching set, pieces bought many years apart. I could truly go on and on and on for the moto style category. Maybe I will consider doing a YouTube short, just trying all of them on rapid fire. If that's something you want to see, like this video and comment it down below. And if you see somebody comment it down below and you don't want to leave a comment but you want me to know, yeah, what they said, thumbs up their comment so I can see it. Okay, so next we have for the categories the blazer. This is about leather blazers. I won't get too much into this because we will have a whole entire video on blazers, but I do agree that a leather blazer is a must. I have quite a few leather blazers in lots of different colors, not just black. I have so many. So I am so excited to show you guys those, but it will not be in this video. So make sure you subscribe and you stay tuned for that next video. The next one is the distress leather. Now they have a few examples here. They have the Miu Miu. They have the Miu Miu one is like $7,800. I think not. They have the Noir Amour. They have the Dunst and they have the Worn Vintage. The Noir Amour is one that is $1,350. The Dunst one is $600. That's pretty reasonable considering like all the other ones. And the Worn Vintage one is $680. Now, the bomber jacket I showed you with the cargo pocket would be considered something that falls under this trend because it is distressed, and a lot of these jackets are moto style, the minimal, the bomber, like they're all a collection of all the other styles they're talking about. It's just that they are talking about a distressed version of it. I do highly recommend a colored distressed jacket, and I'm gonna show you one that I have that I also thrifted. This is one beauty that I have not gotten a chance to give love and the play that it deserves, but this one I love because I just think the color is so interesting. Like I think that the detail right here, the fact that it has the cream right here, like this is one of those more like streetwear style of leather jackets that you could really have a lot of fun with because of the color. And so I'm definitely going to be trying to figure out some more really cool ways to style this up. But it's just amazing. And when I passed this up in the thrift store, I could not believe it. This jacket retails for like $600. So I think I paid like $15. So I thought I got a good deal. Thrifting is not what it used to be anymore because of people like me, honestly. I take full responsibility for the fact that I contributed to the madness that is thrift stores now. My bad, y'all. I'm so sorry. But again, like I said, just because thrifting has changed a little bit doesn't mean you still can't find pieces. I highly recommend going online and not buying from some of these other more major corporations that are really not non-profit organizations. They are for profit, although they were the face of a non-profit. Goodwill, I'm just saying, like they've really been pissing me off lately with the prices of their stuff, and I've tagged them and I've told them because I have no shame. I would recommend going online to the secondhand market to see what you can find because you actually might get a better deal that's verifiable rather than trying to find it in store. All right, let's talk about this long line. I can't talk too much about this one either because for me, I would categorize this into my trench coats. And again, like I said, I have a lot of leather trench coats in different silhouettes and styles and things like that. So I won't sit here too long. However, I will say that this is something that is highly thriftable. So if you are looking for a longer line leather jacket, stay tuned for my trench video because I will answer all of your questions there. The next one is the shearling. This is the one I've been excited to show you guys some other jackets. So I have two different ones. I'm gonna show you three. I have three different versions of this that I'm going to show you. Again, they have a Kate one that's $4,750. Absolutely not. They have an Altazara one that's $54.95. Again, no. They have a La Mer one that is $35.90, and then the Bottega Veneta one that is $6,000. No. Absolutely not. This is my first one that I want to show you, and I just feel like for this trend, why would I go pay $6,000 for a leather jacket when you can have something like this? Very, very unique and different. We have the cargo pocket. Again, we have the distressed leather, the pockets, the shearling detail. I just feel like this is so good. How much did I pay for this? I don't think I paid more than $20 for this jacket at the thrift store back when thrifting was good. Let me specify. You can still probably find something like this for under $100 on the secondhand market. You're just gonna have to search a little bit, but it can be done. Now, if I could find some similars online that you guys are willing to pay for, I will link them. But this is the style of leather jacket that apparently is very trending right now. And I actually do love this silhouette. I think it's very comfortable. It's like, to me, the hoodie of leather jackets. Another one that I have is this one right here. This is by the brand Hudson. Now, I did buy this retail. However, it was when my aunt was working for the parent company of Hudson and Hervé Leger and all the other brands or whatever. And she gave me a code to go on the websites and get 70% off. So that's when I kind of like went ham. She doesn't work for them anymore, so now I can say it. But at the time when you guys saw me do that big Hervé Leger haul of like sweatpant skirts with like sweatshirts and crew necks and all of that, it's because I had like 70% off and I got all of it for an insane deal. This jacket included. It's real leather. Nice and shearling at the collar, but I did get this from the men's section, and I got it, I want to say, in an extra large because at the time I did want it to be oversized. So this is how it fits. It has the two pockets on the front. It's very much giving what these jackets on Vogue are giving. It's real leather. The retail price of this one, I want to say, was maybe like $1,200. It was something along the lines of that, but I got 70% off. So yeah, I got it. It was a really good deal. It's very well made. I love it. But again, you do not have to pay $1,200, $700 for a jacket. I will try to find some real leather versions and link them down below. And for the third one I want to show you is this one. I will show you guys this jacket until it completely falls apart. It used to have the silhouette of the first brown one I showed you, but I never wore it. So what I did is I cut it. Still left this, I guess you would call this like a deer print, or it's not giraffe. It's giving, well, maybe it is giving giraffe. I don't know. You let me know in the comments. It's not leopard though. But I added this to the back of it because what I was trying to do was dupe the Miu Miu jacket. And so I created this one. I did a whole entire video during one of my vlogmases where I showed me making this jacket. And after that point, I wore it all the time. I still wear this jacket all the time. I constantly get asked where I got it. I have to break the news to them that I made it. It cannot be bought. It's a one-of-a-kind piece made by Jillian Felice. So I do love this particular jacket, and it does fit into a few of the trends. The shearling, the bomber, this is cropped, and also the distressed leather because it is giving distressed. But these are three thrifted jackets that very much align with the current trends, but you don't have to pay $6,000 for it. Last but not least, we're going to talk about the cropped and fitted jacket, and then their last category is new shapes, but I'm gonna give you my shapes that I feel, because some of the ones that they're mentioning are not really new, and my new shapes kind of align, so we'll get there. But when I was doing my trends video, I talked about how I loved the cropped bomber jackets that were on the Coach runway, because I just felt like I already had a few of these. This used to be my favorite style of jacket back in the early 2000s, and I was very happy to actually see it kind of like making a comeback. And I do feel like because this was an overlooked style in the past, you actually still can probably find this for a decent price in the thrift store or on the secondhand market. So if you like this style of jacket, you definitely want to start getting it now before people get hip to it and those prices start going up. This is actually a real leather jacket, and I just love the details on it. The quilting, I'm gonna try it on for you, but I just know originally this jacket was very expensive. The way that it is made is actually insane. So you can button it up, and then with the cropped like jackets like this, how do I explain this? It's like such an early 2000s thing. Let me just do it instead of trying to explain. You zip it up, and then you kind of like scrunch it up, and it kind of like tapers in right here. It's like a fitted thick band. This was, oh my God, this was the thing in the early 2000s when J-Lo was somebody and she had a clothing line. She did jackets like this all the time. There was a brand called Academics that did jackets like this all the time. There was Rockaware. What was the other one? Baby Fat. Like, they all did jackets like this. And it's so interesting to see this style of jacket coming back, because back then I used to have them and they were ultra cropped. I'm talking, they looked like this, but they were cropped like under here, taking me back. But you can see the details on this one. It's very cropped, and then it has this detail right here, which is not in a lot of jackets these days. I'm gonna be showing you quite a few jackets that have a lot of detail at the bottom. I feel like now in this day and age, a lot of the details that they used to have at the bottom of jackets is just missing. Like, they don't focus on that like they used to. Craftsmanship is just taking a nosedive. It's steep decline. I don't get it, but I really think people need to get back into honoring and caring about their craft if you're going to be a designer, you know what I'm saying? So I really do like this. I like the way that it has the gold threaded detail in here, and I'm going to be pulling this out this season. I really do love this jacket, and again, it's real leather. Quality is 100% there. I'm also going to show you a suede one that I thrifted. This is more of a recent find that I found out here in Texas, but what drew me to this one was the color, the soft pink. I thought it was very unique and interesting. This one is not as tight as the other one, so I can't cinch it, you know, in the same way, but I can like kind of, you know, kind of do that. But I do like the fact that this one has a high neck, so you can pop the collar on this one a little bit. I think that, yeah, that kind of gives, you know, the vibe, so you can see. But I think the soft pink is so pretty. And I think for me personally, uh-oh, are we stuck? Are we stuck? Hold on. No, I'm claustrophobic. I can't. We gotta get it off. We gotta get it off. Hold on. Break. Whew. That was scary. That was scary. I don't know. I need to put some DW40 on the zipper. This is a really nice color, and I loved it because I just felt like with my hair being red, this color actually goes really well with my complexion, my hair color, and all of the things right now. Now we're gonna get into the fun honorable mentions, and I have a few leather jackets in this particular style. If you can find them, I would get them. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen the 80s style jackets like this. I have it in this color. I do have it in a purple color. I also have it in red right here, which I'm going to show. And again, more leather jackets are coming to my mind. Like, I don't know where the purple one is of this one right now. So I do know for a fact that there are some jackets missing. So I have another box or something somewhere that has jackets in it, or maybe it's in one of the other bags that I packed. But these, look at this. The thing I like about this style of jacket is the dip in the front, and the same is true for the back. You can see the detail. This one is leather and suede, and it's such a unique statement color. You're not finding this retail anywhere. Designers are not even making jackets like this right now. So if you come across something like this, it's definitely giving the whole thing that Saint Laurent is doing with the shoulders, but it is not like Saint Laurent isn't even really doing it for real. They had that one season, the short moto style leather jacket that was very similar to this. But if you want a unique silhouette that you can really make your own, go for this. This is by the brand Twins. This one is also by the brand Twins. And it's the same thing as the gold one where you just kind of overlap. And this one is shaped slightly different, and I don't know if it's because this one is a little bit of a bigger size, but these are the kind that even if you pin it a certain way, you can actually wear this as a top. You just bunch up the shoulders. You see what I'm saying here? Like, this is what you would consider probably even a 80s cropped trench. The detail in the back, it's just so good. And this style of leather jacket is one of my favorites. I also have this one right here. Look at this leather, first of all. It's like a stripped leather that's like silver and black. I have to try that one on for you because I want you to see the way that this one can be worn in a few different ways. So this one, when I first saw it, I was already immediately getting it, but when I realized I could wear it in a few different ways, I was completely sold. So this is just standard, basic, unique shape. It does have buttons right here. Here, I'm gonna button it just so you can see because I need to button it for the next way I'm gonna show you that I can style this. But this is what I mean when I say that just the cinching in at the waist. Look at that. They don't make jackets like this anymore. Now, the thing I love about this one is I could totally wear this off the shoulder. It's so unique and different. You're not finding this retail anywhere. Designers are not making jackets like this anywhere, and it just has a really cool shape. So if you have something like really cool going on here, whether it's like a lace tank or a lace bodysuit or something like that, that will look really nice. But you can also do something like a ruffled blouse or something and have the ruffles kind of like really big and voluminous right here, and then have the, hold on, feel like I have hair from trying on all these jackets in my lip gloss. You can have the ruffled sleeves coming out of the bottom, cinch it up, and it's so good. So there's so many different ways that you can wear this style of jacket and kind of manipulate it to fit whatever it is you're trying to do. All of that to say, I love actually all of the choices that Vogue picked to go in this particular article, because I feel like no matter what your style is, there is something for you. And I have actually been able to show you at least one or two from each category, letting you know that even if you can't afford to buy some of these styles retail, you can definitely thrift it. And then if thrifting and being sustainable is something that's important to you, again, you can go on the secondhand market to find what you need. But I do understand that thrifting is not for everybody. Shopping secondhand is not for everybody, and that's okay. So I have linked some options down below in case you guys are interested. I've tried to keep them fairly affordable, but I would love to at least recommend things that are higher quality within a reasonable price, so very mid-range. And then of course all of the fast fashion brands are coming out with different variations of these things, because the trend cycle when it comes to fast fashion is very quick. So if they saw it on Vogue, girl, they gonna have it out in 2 weeks. So you'll be able to find something. But I hope you enjoyed this video. We will continue on with the series. I think I would like to do we want to do blazers next? I think I would like to do blazers next, because I myself have not been styling blazers much, and I really want to start styling them again. So I think if I do blazers next, that will challenge me. However, I am a bit concerned, because after looking at all of this and looking at the space that I have to put all of this, I'm wondering, where am I gonna put all the blazers? Because I probably have this many blazers. So Let me know down in the comments below which one you would like to see. I have trench coats, we have blazers, and what else do we have? We have sweaters and cardigans. I think that's a very, very important category. So let me know which one you guys want to see next, but I'm thinking blazers. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was helpful for you. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video and you are watching from your mobile, you can swipe to the left and hype this video up so other people can discover me. Thank you guys so much for watching. I love you, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.